Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think we had perhaps one of the most interesting sessions, defense sessions so far. It's clearly learned quite a lot from our presenters. I'm sure you too. Not only it was factual, it was analytical and critical as well. I'm thankful to all the presenters. Now I will open the floor for discussion. We have time, everybody can see the time. We have time until 12:35 for questions and answers. Yes, please identify yourself and also direct, if you know the person, please direct the question to the particular author. I'll start with you, sir, then you.
Thank you, Chair, for allowing me to be the first person to make my comment or ask a question. But before I do that, I must congratulate you, Mr. Chair, for having such a, I must say, unique blend of speakers, which starts with a Muslim, then we have a Tamil, then Sinhalese, then my friend Smruti, and other two very beautiful ladies around you. Thank you very much. That has made our day. However, first, I was hearing Mr. Samant De Silva. You had a very, very interesting topic, and you have been talking about discussion about the justification of nuclearization. While I was hearing about it, I just quickly note down few points which just quickly came in mind, like double standard, fundamental attribution error, intention can change overnight, India's concern for Bangladesh defense budget, perception overtakes reality. I just quickly note down. What I really want to mean is that there can be no justification for nuclearization. If I may ask you, what will happen to the world if there is no nuclear weapon in the God's earth? Will there be any big problem? Now you see the double standard. I may have nuclear weapon, but I don't want that you should have. Because I believe if it is in my hand, it is safe. But if it is with you, it is unsafe. I believe that perception can, the intention can change overnight, but the capability doesn't change overnight. India is my friend today. What happens if it is not tomorrow? Can I develop my ability to actually counter India within a day? It's not. So what actually the perception overtakes reality. While the India was having this nuclear power, it was asked India, why do you need to have nuclear power? They actually said that it is to actually counter China. And when Pakistan was, it said that you need to counter India. So this is how always, this is the perception. China has not actually, when China was asked, they said that we need to counter USA. But on reality, nobody is attacking at each other, but it's a perception that we might have this problem and we need to develop this. So this is, we need to manage our perception. Only then we come to the reality. I quickly touch upon the beautiful lady, Miss Sarah. You just raised a concept that from the history, that lot of conflict has been resolved, but it resurfaces again. Actually, I have an impression that all the conflict management was not followed with the proper ideology. What I want to mean that it was maybe due to the paucity of time or other interests, it was all the time compromising or competing approach. The weaker party has been always felt defeated. So if you do not take collaborative approach, that means win-win situation for both. The problem will resurface because the antecedents of the problems are not killed. That is my personal idea. The third is a very interesting topic about you, sir, the world government. Just a very, very small comment that I wish it happens someday and my youngest daughter, before her death, can see it. But what happens if it is at all happening, who is going to lead this government and how it will function? And Mr. Arshad, I am thankful to you. You actually brought out a very interesting picture which is shown during your slide, and you said that India-Pakistan war 1971. Basically, this was the liberation war of Bangladesh, and the signing of this photograph is in Dhaka. Okay. And the concern you raised that what happens while India, Sri Lanka and Pakistan deals, they should be very careful not to antagonize India. We also hear this type of ideology and all these things. While you deal with China, be careful so that India is not antagonized. So how the big brothers and when they will be antagonized, very difficult to ascertain. But we have our interest to actually look for. So very, very critical. Actually, I think the diplomats of smaller nations should be much more efficient than the stronger countries in order to balance this type of challenges, which is extremely difficult. Whom to antagonize and whom to not. And finally, to my friend, very learned Ms. Smruti, taking the context, the change of government in India, the new government, I like to see through the lot of outstanding irritants between Bangladesh and India to be solved. But you see, while you talk with China or Nepal about the water sharing of rivers, you try to bring out actually the point of rights of the lower riparian countries. But you do the opposite. When you talk with Bangladesh, you try to find out the rights of the upper riparian countries. So I would like to have a comment from you. How do you visualize that the problem between exchange of enclave between Bangladesh and India, the sharing of Tista water, river waters, which have been promised by none other than India, head of the state number of times. Sir, thank you very much. Please don't give me warning. I am finishing. Thank you very much.
Okay, I think the first two or three were just comments, which probably does not require a response. But the last one, yes, so over to you. Yeah, please. I would ask from the rest in the audience to make your comments short.
I'll just very quickly, yes, with the change of the government, I remember this long pending, the LBA and the Tista water is yet to be signed, but I think LBA probably will be signed as soon as possible because in Rajya Sabha, the BJP doesn't have a majority, as you know, and probably into 2016 it is going to have the majority. The three political parties which can play a crucial role is Trinamool Congress, Mamata Banerjee, and of course, you know, the BJD of Odisha and you know, Jayalalitha's political party. So therefore, on the LBA issue, the BJP government will get the support of the Congress, which actually in fact was the architect of the LBA. So that would not be a problem. But on the Tista issue, I think you have to wait till the elections in the West Bengal is over. Probably it's going to happen next year. And as far as the upper riparian and lower riparian issue is concerned, I do understand, and that is where the non-traditional security issues, when one spoke of the regional security architecture, I think recently you must have seen the flooding in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar because of, you know, the flood in Nepal, Koshi. So therefore, you know, unless until one has a flood, you know, is very advanced system of flood warning, the measurement of the water, you know, it becomes extremely difficult for a lower riparian, and I do understand Bangladesh's concern regarding this. And I think probably the bitter experience which Bangladesh had because of the Faraka issue still dominates, you know, the kind of apprehension they have regarding any kind of water sharing treaty with India. But I think probably, you know, those are the things of the past. Things are changing, and many, you know, today's government is much more realistic about, you know, as, you know, the Cold War has changed. So with a new regime coming to power, I think the relationship with Bangladesh is seen in a very new light. And obviously, my hope is that probably, you know, this government at least will address the outstanding issues, which has been pending for, you know, for 10 years. I think it's too long time. Okay. Thank you.
Next, you, sir.
Satyamurthy from India. Two comments. One for Dr. Chandra. You yourself raised a question and answered it about how suburban countries of India and Pakistan should be, their concerns should be addressed. So you say you yourself concluded saying